Hey, this is Alvin.
And this is Parapants.
You tell them what we watched and you take point. Go.
We just watched Mob Psycho 100. And Alvin, what did you think?
I thought it was great. I'm glad you picked this one. It's almost as good as the one I picked.
uh, Almost as in not nearly as horrible as that
Oh.
one.
Well, this one, I like this cartoon has style just weaved into every element of it, and
Yeah.
the whole fucking thing feels alive. Like every element, like the sound, the background, the lights, the actual characters, just it's so carefully considered. I mean, you forget because I mean it's so common that you just put out a cartoon and it's like here are your characters, slap them on a background, wiggle the mouths, and talk about the same old bullshit. It's very rare that you get a cartoon that's actually so much more cartoony than the rest of the cartoons. But
Yeah, I know when we looked over the summary for this one, we I got an impression that this was going to be kind of interesting or that it would have some buzz on it. I didn't know that it was by the same creator of One Punch Man. And the artist name is One, and I looked up his Wikipedia, and I don't know how true his background is, but apparently he started out just doodling in high school, and he never really considered being a serious manga artist, or at least he was discouraged by his family not to go into manga. And I think he just didn't get a lot of emotional support. But he got noticed from a famous manga artist after One Punch Man was got some views online.
after he doodled his own shitty version of One Punch Man.
Yeah, and if you look at like the doodles of One Punch Man, they're very crudely drawn, um, and a lot of that kind of like crude raw style gets incorporated into the anime too, which is what Alvin was talking about. But apparently the guy has gotten some success. The author's name is One. Um, and yeah, I love the dude's stuff. It's really raw and out of control, and it just really, to me, it just brings back the spirit of that genuine, honest spirit of I'm doing this because I love it, and I just want to push the boundaries of animation and just make it do really crazy, insane, impossible shit.
Well, I don't know like a whole lot about the history of anime, but I mean it's not like anime, back when it started was all about doing crazy possible like wiggly shit. Like it most anime has always been a little stiff and about, getting the most out of the least amount of money.
Well, I don't mean anime per se, but I mean animation.
Okay, fine. I'm uh, do you want to cover any points of the cartoon or like do like a little recap or anything?
Okay, well, first of all, like, um, this style, like Trigger's style, that I love that kind of jerkiness, that kind of spastic movement. Yeah, you don't get to see that a lot, and I think well, we were talking about this in Boku no Hero Academia too, where like these artists, they they make the movements very jerky and cartoony, and it just really delivers the comedy more. Um, so yeah, I don't know if
Hmm?
more artists may be leaning that way. Hopefully, you think?
I don't know. I don't have my finger on the pulse of the Japanese animation industry. I just watched the occasional robot or titty cartoon.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
I'm not being dismissive. I actually don't know.
yeah, I don't know either. I'm just kind of seeing it here and there, or maybe that's just what I'm drawn to. Is that a particularly Western thing, you think?
This is something that I don't really feel qualified to comment on, but yeah, I guess it's more
Well,
Western
you
than
studied
Japanese.
animation.
Yeah, but no, but still, that was a long time ago, and I didn't study that hard. Well, I did, but still, it's not about me. It's about the show we just watched. Um, can we actually talk about the cartoon we
Go
just
ahead,
watched?
go ahead.
No, I wasn't
Yes.
gonna let you do it.
Well, I was talking about it.
No,
This
you
is what I like about it.
see. You're talking about how it made you feel. You're not talking about what
I'm
happened.
not supposed to talk about my. Well, look, I'll talk about how it made me feel. You can talk
But
about what happens.
oh my gosh. All right. Well,
Well,
fortunately, I
okay,
took
wait, okay,
notes.
I will. Okay, you know what?
Not even gonna mention the characters' names.
Mob Shige.
All right.
Shige. Is it Shigeo? Shigeo is like a middle schooler with psychic powers, um, who's under the tutelage of a celebrity paranormal investigator, who's actually a fake,
His name's Reagan.
and his name's Reagan.
It's said and it's spelled. Well, I don't know.
It's not spelled like Ronald Reagan. It's
Well, I don't know because we were looking at the subtitles, so
no,
maybe they were going for that.
no, because I'm pretty sure there is a kanji for
Yeah,
it.
we didn't see his name written in kanji. We don't know.
Yeah, we didn't see his name written in kanji. I don't know if they were trying to allude to Ronald Reagan, but the paranormal investigator is named Reagan, and he charges his clients a lot of money to exorcise ghosts for them. And really, the guy has no power to exorcise ghosts, so he leans heavily on Mob to do the exorcising for him. And Mob, unawares, he doesn't know that this guy has no power. He's just doing all the work. And apparently there's this ticker that goes off every now and then, on the screen of the cartoon. It shows a percentage of how much time there is until
It's
Mob explodes or something.
yeah, his like something status. I forgot what it was called. But we start around 20% and we end the episode around 27%. So they're probably gonna. I don't know how long they're gonna take that. Like maybe to the end of the season.
Yeah, well, at the beginning, there's like this really glorious sequence of this shadowy character that looks like Mob fighting all these demons, and every now and then there's this percentage that keeps increasing till it gets to 100, and then the guy explodes and takes all the creatures with him. So it's implied that Mob is is headed for destruction, unfortunately.
Well, we don't exactly know what's gonna happen. I mean, the way they're framing it, it makes it sound like something dangerous is gonna happen. But hey, I don't know. I'm sure people who have read the synopsis know, but I don't know, so deal with it. All right, I'm gonna take over.
Well, I do want to point out is that like a Mob seems to have a lot in common with Saitama, and a part of me wonders if this is like the author kind of living through his characters.
It's like a self-insertion thing.
Kind of, because both Mob and Saitama seem to. They're these characters that have a lot of potential, but nobody really takes notice of them. Like Saitama in One Punch Man, he's got like this amazing power, and yet very few people know
Well,
about it.
in both cases, only one person really, really knows about it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no. In One Punch Man, the old guy that's with he knows.
Yeah, he kind of knows. Yeah, but he doesn't let on. But all
Yeah,
right.
he knows it. Yeah, he knows. But in Mob's case, it seems like the only person who knows how great Mob is the guy who's exploiting him.
Yeah. Well, the parents know, but I mean, they don't know what he's doing with his power. He's just been a spoon at home.
Yeah, and his parents his mother is comparing him against his brother, and you know what? I think something's up with that brother.
Oh my God, here we go again.
His brother Ritsu is the golden child.
Here's what you do. You take the main characters and you just pick one and you're like, "Hey, something's going to happen with that guy." And then you won the game.
No, come on. Ritsu seems too understanding of a brother.
No, he's just a nice brother.
Okay, what you gonna give me when you find out that Ritsu's an asshole?
Absolutely nothing. All right, their first exorcism is the ceiling crasher, a guy who was so scared by a cockroach he jumped up and hit the ceiling and died. So they exorcise him, and I don't know how much they get for it, a few thousand, I think, but Mob shares 300 yen. Is that $3?
That's $3.
He is a middle schooler, so I guess $3 isn't that bad. But
Oh my God, no. There's no middle schooler in the world
hey, you know what?
who would take $3 fucking.
Maybe he's saving up for Mob's college fund. He's like, here, I'll hold on to that for you. He's not. He's a fucking asshole. It's a little heavy, their whole like, hey, this guy is a total scam artist. Like, he doesn't hide his scam very well, so it's hard for me to really laugh when he gets away with it, because it's like how he does it is not clever. There's no reason for, and I know I'm overanalyzing a cartoon. That's what we do, but like, I just wish he was more crafty in his
Well,
scheming.
in the way he schemes his clients, or in the way he uses
No, in the way
mob.
he uses mob and his clients. I mean, he and the ghosts. I mean, like
You ever consider that Mob knows that this guy has no talent?
yeah, I assume that he does, but all right. I like that Mob comes from a happy Japanese family with a mother and a father. Hey, let's not kill the parents. Let's just have dinner.
Until that brother.
No, nice omelet dinner.
I'm gonna have omelets for dinner. Damn it.
So yeah, his brother's name's Ritsu and his name's Shige. He likes a girl named Tsubomi.
Tsubomi. That's a pretty name. I like that.
Yeah.
Wait, you know what? I'm waiting for Ritsu to take his girl.
No, why do you always do that? Why do you always make me say, why do you always do that? You know, what world do you live in where everything negative is the first thing that pops in your head?
No, it just look.
You know what
there's-
happens when I watch these cartoons? I have a great time.
Come on, you gotta expect that something is going
No,
to.
I
A
don't.
change of fortune is going to happen.
No, that's why you're here. Because I don't have these thoughts.
You're making me sound like a pessimist and a deviant person.
All right. Mob is a shitty student. I don't know why. Oh, I forgot to bring up that very briefly we see that as he is ripping Mob off with his share, he does take care to make sure that Mob doesn't use. He tries to teach Mob not to use his powers against people. So he is not only exploiting him.
Oh, well, maybe because he's afraid of Mob turning those powers against him.
No, he's like, well, no, he's teaching him. He's like, hey, you don't use that against people because he knows how powerful he is.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's supposed to make him a little bit redeemable.
Redeemable, yeah.
So yeah, I don't know why Mob is such a shitty student. I mean, I guess he doesn't have like psychic powers like the other kid in this that has psychic powers in the other anime.
Yeah, there's another show we're watching with a kid with psychic powers, and
I
he's
forgot.
also pretty awesome.
Yeah, but I mean,
Seguchi or something.
dude, I don't remember his name. Like Mob's powers seem to be just like lasers and fucking strobe lights and shit. But melting spirits. Aren't you supposed to exorcise them and send them to the other
Well,
world?
that's what Mob doesn't understand what he means by melting spirits. I think it's just to show that Reagan doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. I mean, he does say they're kind of like carbon dioxide gas, but it was, I don't know, like seeing the blue biker guy sitting there, like, this just made me feel sad. I'm like, that's not what an exorcism is. You're supposed to like find out what's bugging it, the spirit, and then take care of it so the spirit can move on to the next world and be reborn. That's fucking textbook exorcism.
I have to say that I do appreciate how like Eastern cultures sort of regard the undead, in that I don't know, death is terrible no matter where you go, but like sometimes I think they have a bit more mature attitude towards death and the living than we do. Like we're very, very anxious about it.
No, I don't know. I think we're a younger country.
Well, no, I don't mean just the U.S. I mean the West in general.
Oh yeah.
The Occident.
Well, I mean, no, I guess we believe you just go to heaven and stay there, but they're like, no, you're like reborn or something. I guess that might be Shintoism. I don't know. It's another thing I'm not qualified to speak on.
No, I'm not qualified to speak on this either. I'm just saying, even in their ghost stories.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why, but ghost stories, like from Korea or Japan, and they seem way scarier.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's hard because I don't even count jump scare horror as like I don't even put those in the equation because I think those are cheap. But I find their attitude towards the afterlife comforting. I don't know why. I mean, I guess chilling with Jesus is also supposed to be cool, but for some reason I think it's because like they kind of imply that you can come back and like have another round. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Western afterlife just seems so very final.
Yeah, it's like you're still gone. That's still kind of sad.
Well, I guess like Eastern afterlife, that's not good either, to just keep getting reincarnated.
What are you talking about? That's great.
No, I think you're supposed to you're supposed to be relieved of all that birth, death, and rebirth thing.
Wait, so if you're doing it right, then you don't come back?
Well, you're supposed to be enlightened, and you don't. You're out of the game. You're like, I'm above this. I transcend this kind of
Fuck
deal.
that shit. Send me back.
No, well, yeah. Well, what if you come back as something horrible?
Well, I don't know. Then fucking send me back again.
I mean, you could come back and really, really hate that life.
You know what? You can't win if you don't play. That's what I'm saying.
That's true.
So yeah, what about? So I mean, like when he exploded that monster and I saw all that trash, I thought like, oh, it's gonna be some spirit of the mountain who got pissed off because everyone was trashing the tunnel. It's like, nope, he just blew up a monster. So I thought that was a little.
That was a little anticlimactic, but he
Yeah.
did say it was a weak monster.
Yeah, but it's a spirit. It's a monster. When he blows it up, where does it go?
It gets exorcised. It's extreme exorcism.
I don't know. I just hope they go into it more. It's not very satisfying to have him hold his hand up and just blow up monsters. I don't know. I
That's
do.
all Saitama did. He just punched motherfuckers.
No,
and
no.
blew 'em
But
up.
these are supposed to be spirits. Those were monsters. That's different. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm nitpicking. I don't know.
You're nitpicking.
All I know is when that biker boss got that picture and his gang went to heaven.
I know
That was so. That's what it's all about.
that warmed my heart. I see. That's what I'm talking about. I did like seeing the the ghost boss of the biker gang see the picture of his old comrades and just get all tenderhearted, and it's like, I'm just doing this so my dudes can get to the afterlife and rest in peace.
Yeah. Yeah,
I thought that was sweet.
I mean, that was a little bit tear jerky, like, hey, look at this and cry. But
And in the end, they revealed like, well, no, we totally died in a stupid fucking way.
well, I think that was to lighten it. I mean, it was funny. Yeah, and finally, what else? That bowl of noodles where Mob has like the two pork cutlets and that dude has like, I don't know, like, to me that was just an extra asshole move. And he's got like
Yeah,
more,
don't cheat Alvin out of food.
he's got more egg, way more meat, more seaweed. I'm like, dude, you don't. All right, fine, you don't give him all the money. You don't have to cheat him on fucking food. All right, maybe it's because he's small and he doesn't eat that much. I mean, that would be okay,
And
but
he did pay for his food, I think.
he earned the money. Mob earned the money that paid for that fucking food.
Yeah, I just wonder how long this can last before Mob finds out that this guy's just using him, and he becomes disillusioned. I want Reagan to not be an asshole the whole way through. That he fesses up and becomes a true friend to Mob. But
I think I mean, they show he kind of cares when he was like, oh, maybe I should call Mob back from that monster. But all that was wiped out when I saw those bowls of soup. So if they're going to redeem this character, they better try a little harder.
Alvin loves his noodles.
Both of those, like, I brought this up in another show, but when anime artists draw food, that shit makes you hungry as hell. So I saw those bowls, and I was like, oh, God. I mean, those were like, I was looking at real food. And I was like, how dare you?
Now we gotta go somewhere and get some pork ramen.
It won't look like that.
We can.
I want anime ramen. I'm like, here's a paper, draw me some anime ramen, and I'll just fucking stare at it until I'm full.
Just eat the paper.
Yeah, maybe. All right. Yeah, this is a good show. It's a little wacky and a lot of stuff's unexplained, but you know what? It's got that. This is a first episode that grabs you. Like we were talking before, and you actually got it from another podcast or something. How the 3-episode test is actually bullshit, and it should just really be a 1-episode test. And I've been applying that. I've watched a couple things and where I'm like, nope, I'm not feeling it.
It does make it easier to select which ones you're gonna stick with.
Yeah, I'm so glad to not have that feeling anymore of finishing one episode and realizing that I have to watch 2 more before I can drop it.
It's very liberating. So thanks, Digibro.
Oh, that was his name. Okay.
Yeah.
But no, this one definitely passed the 1-episode test. All right. Anything else?
Yep. Bye.
All right. Bye.